Every day at Sierra, you'll find top brand apparel, footwear, and gear for 20 to 60% less than department and specialty store prices. And during clearance time at Sierra, those incredible prices are 40 divided by 2.5, carry the 1, even lower. And when you shop clearance at Sierra, you can save a whole lot more on everything you need to get active and outside. That's a lot of saving. Epic brands, vast selection, teeny tiny prices. That's Sierra. Visit your local Sierra store today or shop online at Sierra.com.
This episode is brought to you by State Farm. Checking off the boxes on your to-do list is a great feeling. And when it comes to checking off coverage, a State Farm agent can help you choose an option that's right for you. Whether you prefer talking in person, on the phone, or using the award-winning app, it's nice knowing you have help finding coverage that best fits your needs. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
It's another Q&A edition of Optimal Health Daily, and I'm Dr. Neal Malik. Hey there, happy Friday, and welcome to another Q&A edition of Optimal Health Daily, where I answer your health questions related to fitness, diet and nutrition, and lots more. You send in the questions, and I answer them for you. All right, let's get right to today's question as we optimize your life. Today's question came to me via email. Amanda writes, "Hello, I have a question about plant proteins. I understand that many vegetables, fruits, nuts, etc. do not have complete proteins and therefore need to be combined to make a complete protein. My question is on the combining. How do you know how much of each protein to take? Like, does 1 gram of protein X equate to 1 gram of protein Y to make the complete X plus Y protein? And how long do you have to make that complete protein? If I eat protein 1 in the morning and eat protein 2 at dinner, will they still combine to make that complete protein? I hope this makes sense, and thank you for your time." Thank you so much for your question, Amanda. Your question makes perfect sense. It sounds like you're wondering about whether the quality of plant-based proteins affects your overall protein status and whether the timing of when we consume these proteins matter. Now, plant-based proteins are known for being of poorer quality than animal-based proteins. This is something that you'll hear fitness enthusiasts talk about all the time. And this is true to a certain extent. I'll explain. As you mentioned, Amanda, plant-based proteins are not what we would consider complete proteins. This means they are missing some essential amino acids. Okay, bear with me here. Imagine you're putting together a puzzle, one of those large 1,000-piece tabletop puzzles with a picture of a beautiful, lush landscape in the foreground and a gray medieval castle in the background. You're getting close to finishing this masterpiece. And that dreaded moment comes around where a third of the puzzle isn't finished and you realize you only have 10 puzzle pieces left sitting in the box. Uh-oh. Well, imagine all those puzzle pieces, the ones that are connected and the ones remaining in the box, are amino acids. So all the puzzle pieces are amino acids. And the finished puzzle, let's say, is your biceps muscles. The body won't be able to complete that beautiful puzzle or maintain or repair your biceps unless we find more of those missing pieces. Or put another way, until we find those missing amino acids. Plant-based proteins are like this giant tabletop puzzle with missing pieces. So, let's move away from this analogy and use a reality-based example. Eating a slice of bread or a bowl of rice alone, for example, will not give you all the amino acids your body needs to build and maintain muscle. They are missing some of these amino acids. They are missing some pieces of the muscle puzzle. Hey, I like that. That's kind of clever. Muscle puzzle. Now, while this sounds like terrible news, it actually isn't a dire situation. I will repeat something that was published in a medical journal that sums up why plant-based proteins aren't a problem. Quote, "There is no need to consciously combine different plant proteins at each meal as long as a variety of foods are eaten from day to day, because the human body maintains a pool of amino acids, which can be used to complement dietary protein." End quote. All right, so it turns out that as long as we consume a diet that includes different sources of plant-based proteins, the body will figure out how to combine them and use them to support the health and growth of, let's say, your biceps. You may have heard someone blurt out, "If you're going to eat rice, you better be sure you're eating beans along with it, otherwise you're not going to get enough protein." Well, tell them to mind their own business because that's incorrect. Going back to my puzzle analogy, Remember I said each puzzle piece is like an amino acid? And remember, they come together to form that beautiful landscape? Well, the body knows how to put together amino acids, just like you figured out how to put together a puzzle. If there are enough pieces in the box, your body will finish the puzzle on its own. And as long as you're eating a variety of plant-based foods, whether that's at the same meal or not, you will have plenty of puzzle pieces, and that's all that matters. I will also repeat something here that I mentioned many times on this show before. The real key when you're thinking about muscle and muscle growth is to create the demand for muscle growth. If you want healthy muscles, you have to work them. You have to tell the body to send those amino acids to the muscle instead of, let's say, to the kidney for excretion or to storage as body fat. The way to do this is to make the muscles crave those amino acids so they get first dibs anytime you eat protein, plant-based or not. Now, Amanda, I haven't forgotten that you were also wondering whether you need to eat more total protein to make up for the fact that plant-based proteins don't contain all the necessary amino acids. And on top of that, plant-based proteins aren't as easily digested and absorbed. This is because plants have a natural barrier around them. They're coated in fibrous material, which prevents the body from being able to access their amino acids. By the way, it's this same fibrous material that provides us with dietary fiber, the very same dietary fiber that keeps the gut microbiome healthy. Now, a joint task force between the World Health Organization and the Food and Agriculture Organization suggested that vegans specifically may need to increase their daily protein intake. Again, this is to make up for the fact that plant-based proteins aren't as easily absorbed by the body. So vegans specifically may need more protein each day. But for vegetarians, most studies have found that there's no need to increase daily protein intakes above what's recommended for those that eat animal products. And again, the timing of when you eat protein Y versus protein X and combining doesn't really matter. As long as you're getting enough protein each day, the body will figure out what to do with it. Oh, and in case you're wondering, which plant-based protein is most easily absorbed by the body? Processed soy, like tofu, ranks highest. Right now, there's a talented person out there who could take your company to the next level. Do you want to hope they see your job post before your competitors? Or do you want to match with them with Indeed sponsored jobs? Sponsored jobs boost your post for quality candidates so you can reach the exact people you want faster. I love that Indeed speeds up hiring. When I've hired in the past, the process was overwhelming. I wish I'd used Indeed. Spend more time interviewing candidates who check all your boxes. Less stress, less time, more results now with Indeed sponsored jobs. And listeners of this show will get a $75 sponsored job credit to help get your job the premium status it deserves at Indeed.com/health. Just go to Indeed.com/health right now and support our show by saying you heard about Indeed on this podcast. Indeed.com/health. Terms and conditions apply. Hiring? Do it the right way with Indeed.
Rinse knows that greatness takes time, but so does laundry. So Rinse will take your laundry and hand deliver it to your door expertly cleaned. And you can take the time pursuing your passions. Time once spent sorting and waiting, folding and queuing, now spent challenging and innovating and pushing your way to greatness. So pick up the Irish flute or those calligraphy pens or that daunting beef Wellington recipe card and leave the laundry to us. Rinse. It's time to be great.
Thank you so much again for the question, Amanda. If you want to submit a question to be answered right here on the show, you can email your question to health@oldpodcast.com. And don't forget, you can also call in your question. The number is 61 I love OHD. Or you can submit your audio question at oldpodcast.com/ask. Thank you again so much for listening every day. Thank you for listening all the way through. Thank you for sharing this show with someone. And I'll see you back here over the weekend and where your optimal life awaits.